weekend, you went out last night, you got drunk, you got lit. Now we're going to give you some fire-ass fucking value and break down why you should not take dating advice from women and why that is a terrible idea.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, ladies, look, I love the ladies, man. I love the ladies the most. I love you ladies very much. But holy shit, y'all should never, ever, ever be relied upon for the dating game advice ever, right? So we're going live right now. We're double checking to see how we look here on YouTube. Before I jump in all that, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're checking the volume right now. Make sure it sounds good. Ever be.
Yes, sir. You see, we are fucking live in the flesh. The audio sounds good, right? Like fucking A+, A1. You hear me?
Sounds tight. All right.
Let's get it.
So here's the thing. Women cannot give dating advice to save their life, and they should never be accounted for something like that. Now, I need you to pay attention. If you are a young gentleman, if you're a man who's just getting into the world of dating and at all in general, and you see yourself entering the field of dating and you've kind of been taking it a little bit more serious lately, and you don't understand why you're not getting any results, you're not getting any success in dating, and then you start branching out and you start asking like the girls what they think, right? And you think you're being noble while you're doing it. So you start talking to like maybe the girlfriend that you have's mom, or like your female friend's mom, or like whatever you got going on. And they're giving you dating advice that always sounds remarkably a lot like a Hollywood rom-com, right? Or female shows that I never saw, like what is it, Dr. 90210 or whatever, like those shows that like girls watch. And if the dating advice doesn't match rom-coms, what happens is that these ladies think that it's toxic and misogynistic and evil and corrupt if it's not coming out of a Hollywood film. So if you're one of these guys and you're taking advice from a woman, bro, let me tell you something, Tez, man. Recently, there's this girl that tried to go on FNF a long time ago, right? Her name's Cedia Khan. She is taking influencership here on YouTube. You know, she's climbed her ranks through being a coach for men. And I know that you and me both know that when we see that, we're thinking from our frame of mind, like, why'd I listen to her? Like, at all, right? Like, it's so easy for you and me to just be like, fuck would I listen to her for, right? So it's interesting to see, like, someone in the YouTube space trying to grab a YouTube career with that mentality, while you and me know, like, to have a natural aversion to those kind of things anyway, right? But the other people don't have that natural aversion, so I guess they were taking it seriously, right? So because they were taking her seriously, she ends up with a voicemail leak where she's like fighting about the fact that she is a side chick, quote, saying something to a married woman, something along the lines of, listen, even though you're married to him, I can go S his D whenever I want to. So she's telling him off as a side chick in a voicemail that got leaked, right? So at the supreme of all this, she's fighting to be a side chick in her real life. But if you were really taking traditional advice, we're leading you down a path where you can have like a family or start a life traditionally, or if you're going to take it to like an extreme more case like myself where you feel a bunch of hot ladies in a mansion, you know what I'm saying? Make things look great for everybody type of thing, right? Abundance. It would seem that people are seeing it. They're getting exposed right here in real time. You should not be taking advice from a female dating coach whatsoever.
Definitely not, bro. Taking advice from a female, you're shooting yourself in the foot. I get it. Logically, it makes sense. You want to fuck women? It's like it makes sense. I've said this before. If you want to fuck women, yeah, I'm gonna get advice from them. Like, that's the best person to get advice from, right? If I want to fuck women, I'm gonna get advice from them. But no, 1 + 1 does not equal 2 with women. It's like I said this before. Everything is backwards with them. So that's the only thing that doesn't make sense. 1 + 1 is 3 with dealing with women. So I get it. A woman says some shit on how to get women or how to fuck hoes or how to be in a relationship. Do not take advice from her. Because women are going to always give you advice that's going to put them at an advantage. They're not able to step out their own shoes and look at it from a man's perspective so you get the best outcome. They're strictly just looking at it from a woman's perspective on how they win in the situation. So they're going to tell you whatever it is that they need to tell you so the women can win every fucking time. They're going to tell you to be the nice guy, spend some money, take her on dates, do whatever she wants. They're going to do all that shit, but deep down, they do not want that. Women will never state uncomfortable truths about them because it makes them look bad. The shit that they're really attracted to and aroused by, it doesn't make them look good. It makes them look like hoes. It makes them look like sluts. And they'll never tell it to you. So you have to just get it. Like, it's like the saying goes, like, you don't take advice from the fish, you take advice from the fisherman. So you fucking get advice from a guy who's good with women. Don't fucking be getting advice from the fish because the fish is going to, like, not want to get caught at all. They're not going to want to get caught at all. So, yeah, you want to get the fucking advice from someone, another man who's actually good with dealing with women. Because women are going to tell you everything. So you could be at a disadvantage and they can be at an advantage.
Yeah, man, that is the facts. Because when a guy is good with girls, he'll tell you what's currently going on with the ladies. Because what's going on with the ladies changes every few decades, man. Like, there was a time where every girl wanted to be like, it's Britney, bitch, Britney Spears. And now if you were to talk to the younger ladies, they wouldn't even know who Britney Spears is. But each and every one of these girls that you run into lately, a lot of them want to be actresses. So you probably want to have like a couple lines about actresses sharpened up in your back pocket and kind of figure out where you can go with that, since that's like on the field right now. You know, I'm not saying each and every single female for all of human history won't have some advice. Like, best believe if I have a daughter, she'll be able to give great dating advice, but there will be a limit. Because even if it was my own blood-born daughter, she still wouldn't have the experiences that men have when they come up and they come up in the field of dating. And it's rough. It's the trenches. You can't relate to trenches that you ain't been in. So if you don't understand why girls are rejecting you, or why girls are the way they are, or what you have to do to make your status be perceived as dope, or what you have to do to be perceived as hot to the female, it's a challenge. But I would challenge you to look at it like this, right? When you ask God for strength, he doesn't just give you strength, he gives you the challenges to make you stronger, right? So if you're asking God for women, he's not going to make it easy. He's giving you the challenges by which you could become better and more skilled and more equipped in the world of dating. So when a man is going through the massive amount of changes and evolutions and becoming a better person along the path that it takes to become great in the field of dating in order to have a woman, these challenges are something that will never mirror the female experience. And until it does, the female is not going to be able to tell a man what he's going through or what he needs to make changes on for what he's going through for him to get the best outcome, which is going to be sex for him. Girls don't even think that way because they're providers of sex, right? There is actually a well-referenced case in these scenarios that Andrew Tate and F&F would talk about a long time ago. I don't know if you remember this back in the day. But there was a girl, like a full-blown lady, who went undercover as a guy. And when she was living her life as a guy, going through the experiences as a male, the experiences were so depressing and so tough and so sad and off-putting for her that she actually killed herself for real, in real life, because of how terribly she had been treating and living her life as a man. And that's real facts.
Hell yeah. And women have and Myron says this as well, women have a very hard time showing empathy. They have sympathy, but not empathy. They have a hard time taking themselves out of their shoes. And that's important because if you're going to get dating advice from a woman, she's going to have to see things from your perspective. So that is very hard for them. Like, one thing that I've noticed with dealing is with being around women, it's like when you're around your boys, you can make these statements from like another perspective, and you come up with ideas from someone else's point of view, and they can maybe if you like think about it from like a gay person's perspective, or like you're putting yourself in someone else's shoes just to find out how they think or how they behave. You can do that around your boys, and no one's gonna look at you like you're gay or fucking like they get it. Like, okay, you're just showing empathy. You're putting yourself in their shoes. Like, you can do that. If you do that around a woman, like you start to put yourself in someone else's shoes and think a different way, as if that person would think, rather it's a fucking gay person. Don't be thinking like a gay person around women. But it's just like, if you're doing these things around women, they're going to automatically attribute it to you. They're going to think that like, this is what you think and this is how you behave. If you start making these statements or fucking giving these perspective from someone else's point of view, they're not able to think like he's just looking at it from their perspective. They're going to like they're going to attribute it to you like, he actually thinks this, and they're gonna start getting these ideas. So that's why, like, what I've noticed is sometimes when I'm around women, it's like you're not able to say certain things because it's like, I know if I say these things, you're automatically gonna think that it's me that have these beliefs, when really I'm just putting myself in someone else's shoes. But they have a hard time doing that. So the point in that is, don't take advice from women, because they're giving you everything from a woman's perspective. They're not able to say, okay, I'm going to think like a man right now and what's best for him. They're just not able. They have a very hard time doing that. And yeah, I mean, the world is centered around them. They've been told their whole life that fucking they're princesses and everything. So it's like, when you're getting that advice from them, they're thinking from a woman, what do I want as a woman? Like, what do I want? Not what's best for him. What do I want? How can I benefit from this? And then they're going to give you that perspective, not what does the man want. So that's why it's not good from taking dating advice from women. Because if you go with the women's advice, she's going to tell you, well, I want you to give me all your resources up front, and I don't want to have to give you sex for a long time. You have to take me on a few dates. You have to wait 60 days, 90 days for the box. She's going to say all this shit to put her at an advantage. But you're a guy, that puts you at a disadvantage. If you're taking her on all these fucking dates, spending all this money, it's been a month, you haven't fucked her, you spent $500 on fucking 6 or 7 different dates, and you haven't fucked her. But she's telling you like, well, no, just keep taking her on dates. She's going to eventually give it to you. You just have to work for it. You just have to just keep trying. She wants to see effort. Everything's going to sound really good. Like, oh, she just wants to see you're putting in the effort, that you actually care about her, because fuckboys, guys in the past probably just didn't care about her. They probably just took her on a date and they just wanted to have sex with her. So keep taking her on dates. Make sure you text her, you call her, you give her a lot of attention so she can just feel good and comfortable. And then eventually she's going to have sex with you. Like, just keep putting in all this effort. That benefits the fucking girl. You're going to be wasting your time and wasting your fucking money. They're not going to be able to say, be stingy with your attention and your time and your resources. Find out if she really likes you by investing really low in her. Take her on a very cheap date, whether it's a coffee date or something that's inexpensive, so you can find out if you guys really vibe. Most girls aren't going to say that. Some will, but most girls aren't. So they're not going to say spend as little money as possible, and don't put her on a pedestal. Like, don't put her on a pedestal. Behave like you're better than her. Like, lead her. So she can look up to you. No girl's gonna tell you that. That makes them it makes them feel infuriated just saying that shit. So they're not gonna say that. So you cannot take dating advice from women, because they're always gonna give you advice that's gonna put them at an advantage and put you at a disadvantage.
And look, she might mean well. It might be your mother, or it might be your sister, it might be your cousin, your cool aunt, but like, even though they mean well, they seriously cannot relate from the female experience over into the male experience. They're going to keep doing what Tez was saying. They're going to only be looking at it from their lens. So the way in which they communicate it to you, they're going to be thinking from a female lens. So they might say something along the lines of like, yeah, just, if you really like Sarah, save up 2 months worth of a paycheck. Right? So then he goes and he does that. But she didn't say, also, before you do that, make sure that you vet Sarah. Take Sarah on low investment date strategies. Make sure that you vet the friends. Make sure that you vet her family. Make sure that you vet her choices. And because she didn't say any of those things, you just worked your ass off, made a bunch of money went and bought a ring for a girl who's subpar, but the other females can't judge each other, right? So because they don't we listen but we don't judge ass mentality is going on between these women. You need to be judging the fuck out of these women. If you're gonna put a ring on it, if you're gonna put like the full investment on this bitch, you need to know everything about her. Bro, I can't even imagine how these people are out here just not knowing anything about the girl, going out of their way to buy her a 32 karat diamond and say, you know what, I spent $4,000, $8,000, $10,000, $12,000, $35,000 on this ring to secure some ultimate sex for the rest of my life with this one girl, even though Fred fucked her in the fraternity and Alan fucked her and Joseph fucked her and David fucked her. And bro, just everybody had their turn with this girl. But see, the other girls, they don't operate with shame in the front, right? So because they don't put the shame in the front, and because they themselves don't want to be coming to terms with their own body count,
they don't want to be accountable. They don't want to be held accountable. That's what it is. Yeah.
They don't. Yo, shout out to the comments, dude. The comments up in TikTok, it's all about that. They're just saying accountability. Yo, shout out to you guys on the Clips channel, on the 5-Star channel. We're doing everything we can to bring you out the best from this podcast, and you guys are funny as hell. Yeah, they don't want to deal with accountability at all whatsoever, right? So you got to understand, that is the antithesis of a man's dating experience. He needs exactly the opposite of what she's saying. So, see, accountability is the measurement by which you're going to get everything out of dating, right? Because you're accountable to smelling good, looking good, having a lot of things to talk about, being well read, being charming, being handsome, being well statused, being well known, being able to communicate high levels of interest between you and the opposite gender on command, being able to command high value experiences with your resources on command at any level in the game. When you're able to do these things, that is the metric by which your accountability starts to reap the rewards of the fruits of the labor that you have sown in order to reap the rewarded benefits of dating. And if you can't see it from that perspective, you would be a woman. A woman just can't see it from that perspective. So she's going to tell you, like Tez was saying, maybe put her on a pedestal. You know, you should put Sarah on a pedestal. I like to be put on a pedestal. Maybe you should give her a foot massage. Like, that always works between me and your paw. Like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? So you got homie out here running around, buying rings, giving foot massages. But in the meantime, he's getting yelled at. He's getting disrespected. Other dudes are making fun of him for the girl that he's fucking because other dudes fucked his girl. And no one is helping him out because he's silently going through the fact that he's being like bullied. But the women don't understand that he's going through that. So they say, just be secure. Just be secure. That's okay. Their advice is literally built to torture and kill. Bro, I could go on this for hours. Their advice is literally designed to destroy your ass if you take a listen.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, with the women, you just cannot take advice from them at all. Like, that will just, it's terrible. Like, you're gonna be done. Like, a girl will say, you ask one of a girlfriend, and you shouldn't have girlfriends. You shouldn't have, but you ask a girl, well, or your mom or fucking a family member, should I accept a girl that's a hoe or that has a past? They're gonna say, yeah, she's a good person. It's her past. It doesn't matter. Like, she's with you now. Like, it doesn't matter. She's a good person. Why are they telling you this terrible advice? Because they're saying, well, I have a past. If I had a past, or even if they don't, if I had a past, I would want a guy to accept me. So they have such a fucking hard time taking themselves out of their shoes, that they're like, well, I can't say if a girl has a past, you shouldn't accept her, because then that means that I'm like a hypocrite, or no one should accept me, and that's just not fair. So they're not able to say, well, even if the girl you're asking is a hoe, they're not able to say, well, yeah, I fucked up. You shouldn't date a girl that's a hoe, because, I mean, you're a man. You want a girl that's pure. You want a girl that hasn't been touched, so you know the kid's yours, so you fucking don't have to be taking care of anyone else's kids. Like, they're not going to say that, because if they're ever in that position, then they're going to realize that no guy should accept them because of their bad decisions. So it comes back to accountability. They do not like being accountable. So you cannot take advice from anyone that doesn't like being accountable. Imagine if I am at home playing fucking video games, living in my mom's basement all day, every day, and I say, well, you shouldn't judge me. Like, you shouldn't judge me for that. Like, I still deserve a bad bitch. And Myron used that example, but like, you shouldn't judge me. Everyone will look at me like you are fucking crazy. Like, that's what women do, is they're okay with being hoes. They're not okay with being hoes, but they want you to accept all their bad decisions. Because you can't take advice from anyone that doesn't like to be accountable. Because who the fuck is successful and accountable? Whether it's just women having a low body count or men in fucking business. You can't hold yourself not accountable and be successful in whatever it is that you're doing. So you just can't take advice from people who don't like accountability. And women don't like accountability. So just based off that simple fucking aspect of things, you shouldn't take advice from women.
Do you understand what kind of person you'd have to be a non-accountable person? Like, you would literally have to be someone filled with such a large ego that the thought of accountability is disgusting to you, so you would never even consider it. The feminine experience is an experience that all women think is a noble experience. And let me be very clear about this. That women think that there is nobility in the average feminine experience. So what that means is that if you're a kid growing up right here, right now, that there's actually like counts of schools and colleges saying that because men need to get more in tune with the feminine experience, that they'll actually have boys, men, young men put on high heels and have them do a high heel march in women's high heels so men could understand and relate to the feminine experience. To which I say, what in the fuck? Men should, first of all, never have to do that. That is disgusting. That is degrading. That is being effeminate. That is completely anti-biblical behavior right there. God does not want men acting effeminate whatsoever. You could research that. And the reason that women come to this conclusion is they believe that, again, the standard, mediocre, meek, average female's experience is such a noble experience that it is so high above all and filled with so much fucking ego that they don't even think that they need to be accountable, which is why when you present any idea of accountability to them, it doesn't even register in their head. So that means if you, as a guy listening right here, right now, for you to be at that level of ego, you would have to be like a football player who caught every single play, won every single touchdown, and your homeboy comes up to you and says, "Hey man, I'm gonna kick your ass, and I'm gonna score points on you, and I'm gonna whoop your ass, and I'm gonna go up the field." And then you just like, I don't even hear him because you know he can't do it because you're always winning, right? To achieve that level of always winning, right, you have to be the most skilled, the most athletic, the most experienced football player, but also the biggest piece of shit from letting those experiences go to your head. So you have to have no character and be great at everything. Women, no character and they think they're great at everything. This is not the formula by which that you can have any metric of dating success whatsoever. So if you're paying these female dating coaches and you're getting your advice from female dating coaches and you think that female dating coaches are going to get you to the promised land of the bread and butter that is all that a woman has for you in the form of a solo, a threesome, foursome, fivesome, sixsome experience in your life, my boy, you've got something better coming to you, because that is not how that's gonna happen.
And it's interesting with guys, they take dating advice from women, and they do this thinking that like they still have a chance of fucking these hoes. Like, you need to be better than her. So if you're taking advice from her, she's the teacher and you're the fucking student. You have zero chance of fucking her because she wants someone that's better than her that she wants to fuck. So a lot of guys, you guys are fucking talking to these women, the dialogue back and forth, you're behaving like she's some fucking expert or specialist in a dating field or whatever field it is, because you're trying to show interest by conveying that she's so fucking smart and so knowledgeable. So you act like you put her on this fucking pedestal and you act like she knows so much about a topic because you think that that's the right thing to do because you want to fuck her. But in her head, she's like, I'm smarter than him. He fucking puts me on a pedestal. He thinks all this of me. She can't look at you as a leader if you're looking up to her for information. It just doesn't fucking go with biology. If she wants someone that's better than her and you're getting advice from her, she's the teacher and you're the fucking student, she's not gonna fuck you. Because I always see guys, they're having these conversations acting like the woman's so fucking smart and putting her on a pedestal, pumping her up and all this. Yeah, you might get some pussy here and there, but a lot of times that shit is like, bitches see through that shit. So it's like, you need to be the fucking teacher and she's a student. You don't know everything. She doesn't know any as much as you. Because if you keep behaving like she's fucking all this and all that, she's not gonna fuck you. Like, she just doesn't respect you. So like, that's one thing why you just can't take advice from women. Is because like, if you want to fuck them, why would you take advice? Like, if you want to fuck, you can't want to fuck them and take advice from them. So if you're gonna take advice from a bitch, make sure it's some fat ass. Don't take advice from any bitches. But if you are, make sure it's a 500-pound fat bitch that you have no intention on fucking, because who gives a fuck about her anyways. So don't be fucking taking advice from bitches, especially if you want to fuck them. Like that's the thing. You have no chance in fucking a bitch if you're taking advice from her. So when I look at a bitch, I'm interacting with a bitch, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to take advice from you because I want to fuck every bitch that I talk to. So how can I take advice from you if I want to fuck you? Like, I just can't. Like, I'm just not able to do that. Like, it's just not how it works. Fucking not the way that they look at things. They want a fucking leader. So if you want to fuck these hoes at the end of the day, don't take advice from them because they're just not going to respect you, because they're going to be treating you like, oh, good boy, I'm fucking teaching him, he's my student. And then there's some fucking head honcho in the back, the fucking boss dude in the back somewhere who she's getting all this information from, and he's the one that's actually fucking her. You think you're doing the right thing by fucking, oh, you know so much, tell me more about this, or not even tell me more about this, but how do I go about this then, or what do I do in this situation? You're going about it that way, thinking that like, since you're putting her on a pedestal, she's going to think more of you. No, that's what you wanted. You want bitches to put you on a pedestal. You want bitches to come to you for information. So you're behaving that way to her, but that's not, attraction's not symmetrical, it's asymmetrical. So you're behaving that way to her because that's what you want. That's what she needs to be doing to you, not what you need to be doing to her. So if you want to fuck these hoes, don't fucking take advice from them. You have to know more than her. And even if you don't act like you know more than her, fucking behave like, just, even if you say the wrong shit, just say it confidently, because that matters more. A lot of times it's not even about, she doesn't even give a fuck if you're right or wrong. If you say it with confidence and conviction, then she's gonna fuck with you. So act like you know more than her fucking all the time. Don't take advice from these hoes if you want to fuck them. Now if it's some old 60-year-old bitch that, or old lady that you want to fucking, I don't know, just conversate with, and you can let your guard down a little bit and fucking just see what she says. Ask her a question just to see where her brain is. Like, I've done that before. I've asked fucking bitches questions just to see what bullshit they're gonna tell me. Like, I've asked like an Uber driver some question, I forgot, but then I'm like, just to see, like, I don't want to fuck you. You're not attracted to me, so let me ask you this question just so I know, just so I can confirm. I already know what I know is right. Just so I can confirm what I know is right, I'm gonna ask you some question and see the bullshit that you tell me, and then you just have fun with it. Like, well, first you got to get that perspective to be able to do that. Because if you're just asking her a question and you're really actually gonna do something with the advice, then you're in a bad position. So yeah, that's where we're at. And
like, I also, guys, I want you to understand this, right? Your boy DJ Matchmaking knows shit. And I listen to the female coaches, and I know the female coaches. And Trust me. They are not in the same fucking league, my boys. Let me tell you something. When you have female coaches, they do not have the ability to describe the male goals, even though they understand the male experience to some degree, right? For example, I know female coaches that will give instructions to the guy and have him do the things that they've seen in rom-coms. So, maybe like some fitness routines or some clothes here and there, right? And trust me, I know the female matchmakers too. I know what they're all up to. I know what they're all doing. And in prompting this advice, you can always probe a female coach and be like, okay, so what do you suspect that the outcome is going to be, right? And the more that you ask them about the outcome, it's almost damn near never that they say sex. They never are like understanding that the guy is trying to do this because he wants to have sex with the girl, right? So sometimes what they'll do is they'll create like an experience or a scene or a moment or romantic dance, but not the series and systems of measures or series of steps that it takes for a man to become attractive, right? So to, let's say, get out there, wake up early, count your calories, get in the gym, monetize yourself, get yourself financially stable, get yourself charismatic, get yourself tall, get yourself, talking to the ladies and stuff. They're giving you like a moment, but they're not giving you the qualities that you need to then have the experiences that then would make you someone that can command the sexual variety that you need as a man at any given time. So while they're creating a scene or a romantic thing with like maybe, again, let's say like a new girl, right, Rebecca, let's say the female coach is saying, I want you to go talk to her and go talk to Rebecca and create like this feeling of ambiance. When you go do it, maybe you did it to an effective degree where it got you that situation right there, but like, let's say that it didn't work out with that girl. You need to be able to pivot to the next chick, boom, pivot to the next chick, boom, pivot to the next chick. Girls in and of themselves don't have the testosterone to think like that, or the energy to think like that, right? To like say, oh, let me go on an all-out campaign to then go to the next chick and the next chick and the next chick, because they don't need to do that with men. With men, for girls, men come up to them. They're living the opposite experience. They're living the reverse experience. So when you're taking advice from them, you're gonna also see that throughout the course of taking advice from them, they give you bullshit advice. Another thing that I've heard that I wouldn't wish on anybody is I've heard female dating coaches talking about like, well, you see, men, I hate when men do this, but they always want to take it back to primitive times, when men were the hunters and women were the gatherers. And we live in a modern society. It's just not that time anymore. Completely dismissing why that is so important to men of any time, right? It's about the mentality. It's about a man is wired to know where things are, understand navigation, have a plan, have a route in mind. If the female needed to go somewhere, a guy's going to get her from point A to point B with no hesitation. A woman can't even do that thing on her own. Women don't know where the fuck they're going. If there was no maps, if there was no GPS, they'd be lost. But if they have a man, they'll be found. Having women give you their subset of advice is almost like me saying, I want you to be a great dancer, but I'm going to cut your feet off and glue them on backwards. You know what I mean? So now you got to dance with your two backwards ass feet. I'm sorry, man, but you're really going to be in a bad place if you are taking advice from a female for your dating solutions. As a man, I gotta say that you are listen. You're taking the biggest L ever. If you want to listen to what girls are saying and then maybe laugh at it and just say, ha ha ha, what a joke, or ha ha ha, what a fantastic way to listen to fish talk about being caught but have no idea about the catching that needs to be done by the fishermen. Yeah, and you could do it from that perspective, but to solely rely on a female dating coach as your bread and butter for the goal of getting pussy makes you a fucking retard. I'm sorry, man, but that's the truth.
Yeah, for sure, 1000%. And the main thing here is we all know women live life on easy mode. like Myron said another thing, like women are trust fund babies, men are self-made millionaires. So if women live life on easy mode and you're taking advice from them, you're basically saying that she has more experience than you. Think about all the people who are in authoritative positions, whether it's a basketball coach, boxing coach, soccer coach, fucking a teacher. They're there because they have experience. You're looking up to them. You're getting this information because they have experience. So you're taking advice from women who have no experience with fucking women as a man. They just have experience with getting fucked by men. They don't know how the fuck it happened. It kind of just happened, and they just got fucked. So one thing with putting women on a pedestal is women will never have the same experience as a man. If you go through your life, by the time you're 25, 30, all the shit that you have gone through by 25, you've already went through more than 99% of women in their life. Life should have been hard enough to where you fucking experienced so much shit by that time. Maybe 30 for some people, but you've experienced so much shit that how the fuck could a woman give you advice? If a woman has gone through what I've been through or made it through what I've been through, she is either going to be masculine as fuck or she's just going to fucking have already quit or just not be in this position. So it's like, if you're a person who takes advice from women, that's a sign that you lack experience. So you need to go out there and do more hard shit to build your fucking character. So fucking I've done a lot of shit that like women just aren't built for that the same as men. Fucking sleeping in cars, fucking working all these hours every day, like just doing hard shit that you need to do to fucking build character. Fucking walking fucking miles, carrying groceries and shit and doing all this shit. So it's like, if you're a man and you find yourself taking advice from women, you need to put yourself through hard shit to build character. Even if you need to get rid of your fucking car to start walking and fucking carrying your groceries somewhere just to build character so you know how it is to go without a car, or fucking hop on the fucking bus just so you fucking see where you don't want to fucking be in life and build character. I haven't done that, but I've actually thought about just start taking the fucking bus. Just
your boy's done that, man. Holy
yeah.
Fuck, that's a different side of life.
Yeah, fucking taking the bus. Do hard shit to fucking build. Like, learn how to go without so you build character. If you fucking have to sleep in your car just so you know what the fuck it's like to not have a bed and fucking just get that experience up. Because once you do all that shit and get that experience, there's no way you can take advice from a woman because you know they're never going to have to, most women, 99% of women are never going to have to go through that shit like in life. They're just not built for that shit. So it's like, how could I take advice from you when our experiences are so fucking different? Like that's what makes you a fucking man. That's what makes her want to get advice from you, is because she hopes that the man that is going to fucking, she's going to be married to or that wants her has gone through all that shit. So if you're getting advice from her and she's thinking to herself, like, I live life on fucking easy mode. How the fuck could you take advice from me? So if you're taking advice from me, then there's no way you're the man that I need in my life, because the man that I need has gone through way more shit than me. He's showing me the way. So it's all fucked up. So go through hard shit to build character. That way you don't even consider taking advice from him. You think fucking Andrew Tate or fucking anyone, Myron or whoever, like, you think motherfuckers are taking advice from fucking women that fucking don't, like, their lives are so fucking easy. Like,
yo, okay, so your boy is actually going to give you a little how-to on how to debunk a female dating coach each and every single fucking time that you're in front of one. So let me do that by telling you a story here, right? I was the dating coach for a severely blue-pilled guy. And this guy was so blue-pilled that I'd like to look you here in the face today and let you know that you are fucking retarded, and I hope that your dating life gets better by leaning into the truth yet again here today. Hopefully you're listening, because if you do, it's going to get better for you, motherfucker.
Do I know this person?
Yeah, you know this person. So anyway, right? I'm in a scenario where I'm teaching the dude how to, like, level up his game for XYZ reasons, like why you need to be more accountable, why you need to change up your clothes, why you need to change up your haircut, right? And in the midst of doing that, I'm actually making some videos with him where we are talking about improving your dating game, right? And then he posts one of those videos on his Facebook, And then a girl comments on his Facebook to him saying, you know what, blah, blah, blah. You don't necessarily need to do these kind of things. And you know what? You know what's really going to get you what you need out of life? You can be yourself. And if you just be yourself, you're going to get whatever you need to. Then he screenshots that shit over to me. And then I have to now explain to his dumb blue pill ass why what is being told to him isn't the truth and isn't the right way. So I say, all right, then you message this back to her and say, well, look, say this to her, okay? Pretend that you're you saying this. And then say, well, since I've been being myself and nobody's been having sex with me, and I am really out here specifically talking to women to have sex with women, are you either going to show me women that I can have sex with, or are you yourself going to fulfill this need by having sex with me? Which one is it?
And by you telling me to be myself, now you no longer ever wear makeup. Just be natural yourself for the rest of your life and be yourself. So women, they want you to be yourself so you can give up the right so they can see through you, rather not fucking they want to fuck you or not because they don't want to be manipulated. So her saying you be yourself is like you saying you don't ever fucking wear makeup, don't fucking wear nails, don't wear fucking heels, don't fucking get eyelashes. Be your fucking self so I can know if I actually will take you serious or not. So it's like, it just don't fucking be yourself. They're saying that so it's like a girl will say, I just want to know the truth. Just tell me the fucking truth. Be honest with me. Be honest. They're saying that so they could just fucking leave. Like they want to be able to fucking win the game. And if you're playing the same game as them, you're manipulative. You're fucking doing what you got to do to win the game. They don't like that because they don't have the fucking leverage. They're used to having the leverage. So by girls saying be yourself or just fucking be honest, tell the truth, they're saying that so they can win the fucking game. Because the moment you start being manipulative just like them, and I know as men we're like, we don't got to be manipulative. Yeah, the moment you start being manipulative and they can't really read you, you're a little mysterious. Now you're playing the same game as them because they're wearing makeup. They're lying. They're making themselves look a certain. They're acting like their peer. So it doesn't like it's just not. It's just not real. Don't ever listen to a girl when she says that. Like if you ask a girl her body count and she's gonna lie to you or she's just not gonna tell you. So don't do it. But I'm saying that to say this. If a girl's saying just be yourself, tell the truth, be honest, and you ask her body count, she's 9 times out of 10 is gonna lie or not tell you. So it's like, well, just be yourself. Like when you put the shoe on the other foot, it doesn't make any sense. So don't listen to hoes about anything they say.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable to think like, hey man, I'm gonna become the greatest boxing coach of all time. Let me sign up with a female. Hey, I'm gonna become the greatest kickboxing champion ever. Let me get a female coach. Hey, I'm gonna go fuck the most women ever. Let me get a female coach. What? Like it just doesn't. I don't know where this thinking is coming from. You know what I mean? There's in my like heart of hearts. There's the way that I look at it is that naturally, men should kind of be seeing like, okay, like I lost this round of the dating game and I need to self-improve here. Unfortunately, we live in a world where self-improving on your own isn't happening the way that it used to happen a couple decades ago. But if you are struggling with this and you want to see more experience in this field, you can literally tap in with us at 5-star over at subs.com/5star. That's 5-star with number 5 STAR. And we're going to take care of you guys and make sure that you know that like if you're going to be dealing with dating at all and you have any situation where you need to come to us and like you're maybe in a precarious scenario where you haven't really understood the situation that you're in, we want you to understand that we'll be a part of your journey through the advancedness of a dating experience, right? So maybe you are listening to us and you did vet the girl and you have made love to her a couple times and you're already in like month 3 of figuring out where you are in the relationship. But now, you know, you are going to her house and you're meeting her family for the first time, and things are escalating, and all of a sudden you see in her text messages that her ex-boyfriend is texting her, and this is the first time that you've seen a guy who's had sex with your girlfriend interacting with your girlfriend, and now you're pissed off and upset and you don't know what to do. Tap in with us over at subs.com/5star. We'll tell you how to handle that experience and where you need to be at to salvage your dating game, to fix your experiences, or to get you back where you need to go, no matter the situation. So I really want you guys to understand that when you like our video, when you share the video, when you subscribe to the channel, when you subscribe to us on subs, when you pick up a membership, you're not only doing yourself a favor, not only helping this channel get better and supporters and everything that we do grow stronger, but you're tapping into actual community that's going to give you the experience that you need to go where you're going to get farther faster. Because in this scenario that I just laid out here, me and Tess could easily tell you, like, look, you either need to put boundaries here or you need to cut the cord here, and we'll give you the hard dating advice based on your specific situation that you need to lock in to the best possible outcome for your future. Because, like, I can't tell you how many scenarios that you're going to be in where the general bad advice floating through the ether, the evil things, right? The things that are meant to lie to you and seduce you and rot your brain and trick you and lead you off the path. Entire kingdoms have been destroyed by women. We're not going to let that happen to you. We're going to help you build your kingdom, erect it into the fucking empire that it was made to be. And we're not going to let you get stopped by some girl or some bad advice or some auntie that didn't know what the fuck she was talking about, or like maybe you listen to the girl over here and she's going to be okay with letting her son, because she'll clearly be a single mother one day, having a stripper as her son's main husband. That would be a way to destroy her own lineage, and a woman wouldn't even care, because a woman like that, and as multiple personality disorders are growing within that gender, unfortunately, you're going to see how one woman can destroy your entire ecosystem. Even if you're building a family of women, one bad woman can destroy all that you've built, even if you found like 5 great ones. You know what I mean? So you always want to screen out the bad girls and take the bad girls away from the good girls. In fact, bro, I'll tell you this, right? I would have like a bunch of chicks over at my house, and I'd have a bunch of girls in my room, and I'd have like the girls either like doing music or like playing like their songs and doing their singing and doing their instruments and stuff, right? And all the girls fuck with each other only when they all fuck with each other. But like if one of the girls had like a bad attitude or fucked up, or like if a bad girl was introduced into the group, that it's kind of like equivalent to saying like, hey, look, here's a cup of water, right? Now I want you to drink this cup of water. Even though there's like a little drop of poison in the water right here, I still want you to drink the whole cup. It's like, yo, why the fuck would I drink the whole cup? That's the same thing with women, is that you can, if you have a bad fruit in your bunch, you need to get rid of that shit immediately. And that's just with dating girls. When it comes to the coaches, again, that grain of salt, man. You can listen to them, you can hear them, you can like laugh, you could look from like behind the plastic wall, but you cannot lock in with that shit whatsoever, my guy. That's going to set you on a really, really destructive path, in my personal professional opinion.
Sure, yeah, because once you take that advice serious and you fucking start to take it for what it is at face value, you're going to be led astray, and you are not going to get the results that you want. Again, nice guys finish last. If you take advice from women, all they're going to tell you to do is how to be a nice guy, how to be a good, upstanding, morally right guy. And that just benefits them. And next thing you know, you're not getting any pussy. You're not getting laid. Not getting you're not fucking any bitches. And that's what it is. So how crazy does it sound for a fish to tell you how to catch it? Like, think about that. Like, that sounds pretty fucking crazy. Women are fish. They're getting caught by niggas. Like, we are catching them. So you go to fucking ask a fish. If fish, let's just fucking go into a fairy tale world right now, or let's just act like this is real. Let's say fish could talk, and you went up to a fish and you ask it, how do I catch you? What do I do? Do you actually think they're gonna fucking tell you? So no, you go to the guy who has actually fucking caught a lot of fish. And you ask him what the fuck is he doing to catch them. So you do not take advice from the fish. You take advice from the fisherman. Shout out to fucking Myron. That's the first person I heard that from, and it's just true. Like you don't do that. Women want guys who just get it, and Rolo Tomasi says that they just get it. And if you need to take advice from them, then that's a sign that you do not get it. So don't be putting hoes on pedestals. Don't take advice from women at all. I don't give a fuck if it's your mom, family member. I don't give a fuck who it is. Do not take advice from them unless it's the truth. And you know it's the truth if it puts them in a bad light. If it will put women in, if they tell you something that could possibly put them in a bad light, then that's when you know it's the truth. Outside of that, if it really doesn't put them in a bad light, then it's 9 times out of 10, it's not the truth. They're just telling you that because it's from their perspective and they're giving you advice so they can win the game. That's it.
Well, and also beware of grifters, because a grifter actually follows the bad light route very, very specifically, right? So very specifically, like someone who, let's say, used to be a whore, maybe a whore on OF, all of a sudden is touched by the light of the Lord, and now has converted into a super Christian woman who used to suck thousands of dicks. And now this woman who used to suck thousands of dicks has hit the final form of hoism. And in the final form of hoism, she is taking accountability for all those dicks that she sucked. And now she wants to start giving you advice.
I'm cool. I'll just stay insecure and fucking not a real man. I'll just be not a real man and just insecure before I accept that. So.
Yo, okay. Listen, man. If you're taking advice from a girl that sucked thousands of dicks at any stage of your dating game, I'm sorry, man. You should probably pull the cord on that shit immediately. Because not only can you not relate, and can she not relate, but this is just like, it's not even a fair matchup in general. You know what I'm saying? Because that girl was able to command sex in hyper moments, and you can't even get sex. So that's kind of like putting the Hulk with like a squirrel. You know what I mean? you're just not even matched up in the same weight bracket. You feel me? So you probably shouldn't be with super hoe out here. You know what I mean? So like, that being said, there is a lot of grifters in these manosphere spaces or in these red pill spaces, and we don't think that you should be listening to them. But even myself, I've actually got a chance to talk to some of these super duper high body count porn stars in real life, and giving them the chance to be like, yo, listen, hey, you want to come on this show and kind of like maybe repent a little bit, you know, maybe talk about why going down that path was kind of a bad idea, and maybe save a couple thousand chicks from making the wrong choice by talking about your experiences and alerting them to this scenario of sex work in a growing industry that's happening right here under our own feet in America. And they were like, nah. Because even at that level, they still don't want to take fucking accountability, bro. We're living in a time where people are just concerned about looks, likes, highlight reels, appearances, a bunch of superficial, shallow shit. And it's unfortunate, but it is true. And since you know it's true, just like if you were watching the last episode, you got to be able to tell the difference between the lies and the truth by the lens that allow you to identify the virtues of the blue pill and the red pill. And at only 54 minutes in, bro, we are giving them some sauce. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that, bro?
Bro, it's been fucking fire, bro. Like, guys need to fucking know this, because as guys we're very logical. Like 1 + 1 = 2. So I get it. It makes sense. You think it's good to take advice from women because you want to fuck them. Like, I get it. It's, if I want to fuck women, I should take advice from them. Like I said at the top of the beginning of the podcast, everything is backwards with women. Do not take advice from them. That's the only thing that doesn't make sense in life. To where if you put more into it, you get less out of it. It's women. The less you give them, the more they give you. It's all backwards. So the more you keep taking advice from a woman, thinking that you're doing the right thing or thinking that she's gonna fuck you, she might fuck you, but after she's been fucked by other guys. It's like you go to a fucking buffet and the lasagna has been bit 3 or 4 times and just put back onto the fucking food tray. And then guess what? You're in line, but that lasagna, it was $100 to get. Now it's $250, and you're like, what a great price. I don't care if it's been bit. And then you get the lasagna. That's when she's gonna give you the opportunity to fuck. That's my point. You're gonna get the opportunity to eat the lasagna after it's already been bitten. So she might fuck you if you put her on a pedestal. If you fucking take advice from her, she might end up fucking you, but she's gonna put you behind on the back burner. She's gonna make you work fucking hard for that shit. You're gonna have to do everything that every other guy didn't have to do because your value's so low. So she might give you the pussy, but after she's been fucked and dumped a few times, then you get your turn. Because guess what? My value is low now, and so is yours, and now it makes sense. Because before, it just didn't make sense because her value was high and yours has always been low. So it just didn't make sense for her to fuck you. So if you're a guy out there, you're like, well, I fucked a girl by doing this. Yeah, you did. And chances are she made you wait for it. While she was getting fucked and dumped, you were just waiting. So you got the leftovers. So we don't want leftovers. We want when it's fresh out the fucking oven, off the stove. And the only way to do that is by being a leader and being the best that you can be. Let's do it.
Yo, can you imagine, like, for real, like, you are getting this hot ass girl because she realized that her value's down because she already was had by the rock stars and the rappers and the influencers and the entrepreneurs and the CEOs and the blue check marks. And after she's been had by everybody, the reason that she's sitting passenger seat in your car is because her hot ass realizes that after many, many uses, she can finally submit to someone like you. Damn, dog. You might then be in a scenario where you listen to a female dating coach if you kept that situation. I have to tell you guys, man, I really got to tell you. You see, when your boy was doing the research in the beginning of the Matchmaker days, your boy DJ Matchmaker got a chance to see a movie that kind of opened up a huge light to some of these experiences. And there's a really good scene where there's a girl who becomes a female matchmaker and a guy that she used to know in high school end up in a scenario where she ends up matchmaking for that guy that she used to know in high school. And there's a scene where deeper into that relationship of having a matchmaker, she looks at him and she says to him, look in the mirror, tell me what you see. And he's dressed up, he's handsome, he's got the suit on, the tie on, he's looking smooth. And what he goes on to say that he sees is that his development had been stunted his whole life. Even though he was in his 30s, he only saw the remnants of a 15-year-old boy who had never really had any experiences with women, which is why he needs a matchmaker to begin with, right? He'd never had any girls give him attention. He never went on any trips. He didn't go on any vacations. He didn't have any friends. He didn't go to any parties. He just worked. He just was a dork. He just was a loser. He just was a nerd. So because he only ever had the experiences of a nerd, when he looked in the mirror, even though he had all the topographical stuff that you need on the surface level to look good, on the inside he did no interpersonal development. So because he had no interpersonal work done with inside of himself, he only saw the nerd that he ever was because he had no confidence, because he had no accomplishments. So he didn't really, do anything that was worthy of being noted, right? So in contrast to that right there, even though it was very sad as a revelation to see him have a flashback to see that he never really developed, by contrast, this average mediocre ass chick who was the matchmaker because she had no choice to be, because she failed in all her careers and relationships, she, by virtue of that, was, again, just some average chick who showed up, was pretty, and she had men take her across the world, and she had been to parties, and she had many experiences, and she even got to the point of choosing to do that career, to be a matchmaker, because she kind of, floating through reality as a girl does, said, in my sadness and in my depression, this is the way that I'm going to turn my whole life around. She's not in the trenches like a guy with a fucking bullet pointed in his mouth saying, if I don't figure this money thing out real quick, then I'm screwed, you know, because women don't ever get to that point. They don't have that experience. So even in that scenario where they're about the same age, the amount of experiences that a woman has had by the time that she's reached her 30s versus a man who's in her 30s, or a woman in her 20s or a man in her 20s, the experiences are just so tremendously different in development that you can't take the advice from the female in terms of anything that's going to help you get another female, but you ironically, you might get like some financial advice out of it, because she probably has an Amex card and you don't. You probably could get some travel advice out of it because she's been to Morocco and you've never seen it. You probably could get some advice on what it's like for her to describe to you her dad being the fucking CEO of a Fortune 500 company, where you don't have anyone in your fucking network that has ever made anywhere damn near that much money. Because you'll see there is a lot of classism when it comes to dating these hot ass women of different socioeconomic statuses. And if you aren't able to command each and every one of those conversations when you walk into the room, you are doomed, you are screwed in the world of dating women.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. So we gave you guys some fucking heat. Do not put women on pedestals. Don't take advice from women. Run it by a guy who's good at fucking dating women, who's good at getting women. That's how you're going to get the best fucking results. Like I'll say it again, you don't ask the fish how to fucking fish, you ask the fisherman. So you fucking do that, and then you're going to become great at fishing, and next thing you know, you're going to be catching all these fucking fish, and you're going to have an overflow of food on your fucking plate, and you're just going to have an abundance mindset, and then you're going to be fucking winning. So behave that way. Don't fucking be asking these hoes for advice. Don't ask these hoes on how to be caught, because they're going to tell you the exact opposite. They're going to have you wasting your time and resources and not getting the fucking benefit of actually getting to fuck. So they're going to put you in a losing position and them in a winning position, because at the end of the day, this is all a fucking game. That's why they call it game. You're playing a game with the opposite gender. There's one winner and one loser. Someone is going to have more power than the other one, and the person that cares the least has the most power. And the only way by carrying the least is by having abundance mindset. So getting out there, get advice from men who are good with women. Don't get advice from women.
And if you want to see real women being caught in the wild, in real time, in real life, go to highdemand_Tez, and you'll see in really good pixelage there, 1080 to 4K, you know what I'm saying? My dog is out there catching these ladies in real time. So, you know what I'm saying? You might as well take advice from guys that are actually living it in the field. As I told you earlier in this episode, for whatever reason, every girl's a fucking actress now. So you might as well know something about that. Throw that in your back pocket, boys.
Let's get it. Well, we gave some fucking fire today. Another fucking live lit-ass show. We back at it on Wednesday. Let's fucking get it. Follow on all platforms. highdemand_Tez. 5-star live stream. Let's fucking get it.
Peace out. Over and out.